Hi there everybody, and welcome along to the Big Quiz Night In. I think we're on episode 96 now. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you all for turning up tonight for another live show. Right, so we've got a new look to everything. This is one of the things I've been teasing over the last couple of days. I hope you like it. For those who aren't aware already from knowing me personally and the quiz nights I host, this background is a picture of part of the King's Head and Bell, which is the pub where I host these quiz nights twice a week normally. I wanted to change things up a bit and give me more freedom and more space on the page to do more things with, as you can see. So I thought, what kind of background could I have, and why not use a background from the pub itself? And they recently posted one of these pictures, so I've just taken it and adapted it a little bit. And yeah, I think it looks quite nice. So I hope you guys all like it. This is still a work in progress. There's lots of different changes and things I'm making and will continue to make over the next few quizzes until I'm properly settled on it. But I wanted to change things up, and yeah, this is what we've got so far, and I hope you like the rest of it as well. I'm keeping the background image, so it's pretty samey for every page, but the things I'll put all over the screen will change and mix it up a bit, because the previous layout was very static, didn't move, there wasn't much to it, it was one image. So now it's a bit more interesting, I hope. So yeah. Appreciate all your feedback. Let's go into the comments anyway and see who we've got here this evening. So nice and early doors straight away was Sue and the Donuts. Good evening to you all. Glad you could make it. We've got Luke and Jane here as well. Hi to you both. Millie's here too, saying good evening. Pinky and the Brain are here tonight as well, so hi to you guys. Catherine and Tony as well, saying love the new background, thank you. And yes, we've got Chris and I believe we've got Eric. Yes, we've got Eric as well from the Blackpool Bar Stewards. So good. If anybody else is watching, you haven't said hello in the comments yet, feel free to do so. Always appreciate engagements here, and especially in the chat. And don't forget to give the video a like already if you haven't done so already. Any positive emoji reactions always help us out. So the rounds we've got this evening then, we've got entertainment, we've got food and drink, and then we've got catchphrase, and we've gone back up to having 3 Our Survey Says family fortune style questions at the end. So 2 catchphrases and 3 Our Survey Says family fortunes questions at the end. I will say I've been receiving some feedback from the Patreon supporters. Thank you very much for that, because I have been asking about the format of the show recently and if you think we should change it up a bit. Mixed feedback. Generally, people are happy with everything, but I like the fact that we have one team in particular that mainly watches on a small device and likes to listen into questions rather than seeing lots of things visually on the screen. So what I think I'm going to do is, maybe not every week, but every now and then, maybe once or twice a month, we will do 3 quiz rounds and then 1 catchphrase or 2 catchphrases or Our Survey Says at the end. And that way I think we balance it out. Because we don't have to stick to any of this, right? So I think if we occasionally do 3 question rounds and 1 game show round, as opposed to 2 question rounds and 2 game show rounds from time to time, I think that achieves a happy medium between the 2. So again, keep your feedback coming in. I really appreciate it. Yes, and also pay close attention to that far corner, because I spent a fair bit of time working out that Lima graphic that keeps rotating round. Please, if you don't know what Lima is, do give me a follow there. There's lots of audio-based quiz content there, all totally free. It's a really fun app to listen into. Okay, so with that said then, the first thing we do, and hi to Steph as well in the comments, appreciate you being here, and hi to Andy as well. Hope you enjoy the show. All right, so before we get into that first round of entertainment, as many of you regulars will know, my daughter Abby's going to come in and ask a first question to kick things off officially, and then we'll move into the entertainment round. So she's ready to go now, so I'm going to bring in her intro and we'll bring Abby out for a special question. Right, here we go everybody, Abby's here.
Hi. I like that.
You like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've not really seen much of it, have you? Right, so let's see then. No more comments have come in, so what we're going to do is we'll bring Abby's question up. This is one of the few questions that I'll ask that you guess in the comments. For the other 2 quiz rounds, you'll be keeping them to yourself. I'll explain about that in a moment. So let's first of all bring up Abby's question, and it is a Pancake Day special question. So, and there's a question, and here are your choices.
How large was the world's largest pancake? Was it A, 29 foot wide, B, 39 foot wide, or C, 49 foot wide? I don't know how, but when my dad asked me this question, I got it right.
You did, didn't you?
Like, immediately.
Yeah, she guessed it straight away when we talked about it earlier.
I didn't even know.
So have a guess in the comments. Is A, B or C? The first 3 people to get it right can give themselves a bonus point against any of the first 2 quiz rounds we go to. Is it A, B or C? Read it one more time and then we'll show the answer.
How large was the world's largest pancake? Was it A, 29 foot wide, B, 39 foot wide, or C, 49 foot wide,
Okay.
or D, I don't know.
Right, let's have a look at some of the guesses we've got coming in then. And also, I think, Catherine and Tony are saying hi to you. Look.
Hello.
And Sue as well saying hi in the chat as well. Right, so we have got C, B, B, C. Lots of guesses there. Most of you going for B or C. I think we have enough now. Correct answers. So shall we reveal the correct answer now? Yeah? It is...
It is C.
C.
Oh, I like that. It's purple.
Purple arrow. Yeah.
For my question.
Yeah, I've had to change it up a bit. You like it, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Good. All right, so C is the correct answer. So if we look over here now, we have got this person getting it correct first. Catherine and Tony have got it right first. The next person to say C was... Millie. Yeah,
Millie.
It is Emily, but we call her Millie. And this one is the third one. Luke and Jane, you get the third bonus point. Now, very quickly, I didn't tell you this, but who wants to see a picture of the world's largest pancake?
Me!
Are you ready?
Is it edible?
It was.
Oh.
It had to be flipped for it to be an official pancake, and it had to be flipped by those 2 massive cranes. Look at
baked that? And who has a big enough pan?
There we go.
How many eggs did that take?
Well, there's a CBBC
I have
website.
so
we can
many
look at
questions.
It later. I will tell you all about it tomorrow, I think. All right?
Okay.
Say goodnight, everybody. Time for bed.
Bye.
Bye. Off
Happy
you go.
Shrove Tuesday.
Happy Shrove Tuesday. Yes, happy Pancake Day. There we go. 49 foot wide. It's insane, isn't it? Okay. Hooray, Catherine says. Yeah, Andy says it looks inedible. I think it would have had to have been edible for it to have been an official pancake. But yes, thank you for your comments as always. I'll pass them on to her. No, she's just wandered off. She'll probably still be hanging around and listening in anyway. But I'm glad you appreciate that one, guys. There we go. So C is the correct answer. Bonus points for those 3 people. Well done if that was you. Let's move on now to the next page, which will be our entertainment round. And we've also got a picture on display here, which is another countdown conundrum. We've done these before, so don't guess this in the comments. In fact, don't guess any of this round in the comments for those who are new to watching. Have a think about the conundrum as we go. It is a 9-letter word, just like in Countdown, the TV show, for those who haven't seen it. Just unscramble it. It spells one 9-letter word. Have a think about that as I'm going through the entertainment round questions. For this one, again, keep the answers to yourself. You're just going to mark your own when I reveal the answers at the end of the round, and then you can put your team score, or your score if you don't have a team, in the comments. It's always fun if you do come up with a fun pub quiz team name, so feel free to do that if you haven't got one already. We celebrate with those who do well and commiserate with those who don't quite do so well, but it doesn't really matter because we are just here to have fun and to forget about the outside world for a while, although we will have to talk about it a little bit later on, but I hope in a nice supportive way. So, with that said, let's go. Entertainment then. Here we go. Question number 1 for 3 points. What type of creatures were Skippy, Flipper, and Mr. Ed? 1 point for each correct answer. What type of creatures were Skippy, Flipper, and Mr. Ed? That is question number 1 for you there. 15 questions in this round, as usual, with our quiz round section of the show. 3 points available there. Skippy, Flipper, and Mr. Ed. They were 3 different creatures, so name them for 1 point each. Question number 2 then in entertainment. Which actress plays Detective Chief Inspector Vera Stanhope on UK television? Which actress plays Detective Chief Inspector Vera Stanhope on UK television? Love that pancake, Catherine says. Yeah, it's amazing. It is a UK record as well, from what I could tell. Question number 3 now for another 3 points. Chris Hemsworth, Danny DeVito, and Ian McKellen played which comic book characters on film? Chris Hemsworth, Danny DeVito, and Ian McKellen played which comic book characters on film? There were some very last-minute changes going into this whole new look and feel today. And I realised as I went through some of the different pages that on at least 2 of them, I hadn't added the camera to the picture. So everything would have been on screen looking as it does now without me. That wouldn't have been good. So, yeah, thankfully I noticed it before I went live and managed to fix it. But yeah, I hope you like it. Question 4 now, question number 4. Who is the host and what is the top prize on the ITV game show The Cube? 1 point for each. Who is the host and what is the top prize on the ITV game show The Cube? We're loving that show. I had to put a question on that in there. We watched it on and off for a few years now and we're back into it again now. Although it doesn't do your anxiety any good. I didn't think I had any anxiety problems. I was quite fortunate in that respect. But then watching that show, I'm just like... and they keep slowing down the footage and you think they're going to drop it or they think they're going to get it wrong and then they don't. And sometimes they do and you're just like, no, you're just watching it. Not even taking part. Okay, question number 5 then. Question 5. Which Olympic rower appeared on Strictly Come Dancing in 2019? Which Olympic rower appeared on Strictly Come Dancing 2019? By the way, for the conundrum, you get an extra 2 points. In case you didn't know, it's for an extra 2 points onto your total score for this entertainment round. Question 6. This one is for 3 points again. Put these cookery shows into the correct order with the earliest released first. Ready, Steady, Cook, The Naked Chef, and MasterChef. Put these cookery shows into the correct order with the earliest released first. Ready, Steady, Cook, The Naked Chef, and MasterChef. So you get a maximum of 3 points if they're all in the correct order. Otherwise you get 1 point if you got 1 correct and the other 2 are wrong, or no points if you don't get them all in the correct order. Ready, Steady, Cook, The Naked Chef, and MasterChef. Put them in the correct order. Earliest released first. Question number 7 now. Question 7. What type of creature was Robin Hood in Disney's 1970s cartoon film? I think it's probably still my favourite ever Disney film. I know I've probably said that before when we've done questions about it, but it is brilliant. You think the sound is not so good? My sound, I can turn my sound up if you want a little bit. How's that? No problem. Yeah, I can adjust it. So I've just clicked it up another notch. Let me know if you need it a bit more, because if you've got on your device, if your volume's up to its maximum, then that is going to be where I can adjust things. How about we do that? I've gone up to 3 notches now. Let me know, again, let me know in the comments if that's any better. I forgot last time. Okay, a bit more. All right, that's on 4 now. That is on 4, so hopefully that's better, is it? Okay, that might be too much now. Let me know if that's too high, because the comments are a little bit behind the action on screen. But yeah, thank you for that. So that's something only you can confirm for me. That's another reason why I'm glad people actually watch what I do here. But yeah, just drop me a comment if that's too loud now. Some of you are just scrambling to turn the volume down. Right, okay, your next question then is question number 8. Now, question 8 for 3 points. In Scooby-Doo, what were Daphne, Fred and Velma's surnames? In Scooby-Doo, what were Daphne, Fred and Velma's surnames? That's much better than good. All right. Okay, so Daphne, Fred and Velma's surnames, 1 point for each for question 8. It's not something you hear very often, even if you do watch the show, or did watch the show growing up or whatever. So let's see how you go with that one. Question number 9 is for 2 points. Which song by which singer was the main theme to Disney's Frozen? Which song by which singer was the theme to the Disney blockbuster Frozen? 1 point for the theme, 1 point for the singer. Yeah, for those of you who don't live in the area, haven't been to my quizzes in person, in this picture in the background, that whole roof you see there is retractable. So, and all the doors along the back and all the way around it are as well. So in the summer, the whole thing is normally opened up. The downside is when it rains and that's all closed up, there's still a gap. So sometimes there's a bit of a problem down that back wall, which is quite amusing when that first happened. But it is stunning, I have to say. They've done a really good job with it. Okay, your next question is question number 10. And for 3 points, what were Madonna, ABBA and Phil Collins asking us to take in the UK singles pop charts? What were Madonna, ABBA and Phil Collins asking us to take in the UK singles pop charts? Question 11 now. Question 11. Who is the host of BBC TV's Question Time? Who is the host of BBC TV's Question Time? Question number 12 now. Question 12. Which actor and actress played Mulder and Scully on TV and film? 1 point for each. Which actor and actress played Mulder and Scully on TV and film? Question number 13 now. Question 13 is about the Beatles. Which former Beatle founded Handmade Films in 1978? Which former Beatle founded Handmade Films in 1978? Which one of the four? I could give you multiple choice, but I hope you know at least the first names of all the Beatles. Otherwise, that'll be homework for another quiz. Right, question 14. This one is for 3 more points. In 2019, who were the hosts of Blockbusters, Tenable, and House of Games? I believe they still are the hosts. But in 2019, who were the hosts of Blockbusters, Tenable, and House of Games? Three points there. Three different hosts, 1 point for each. Blockbusters, Tenable, and House of Games. Who were the hosts? And finally then, question 15. Question on directors for you. Who directed the following films? 1 point for each again. The Irishman, Jaws, and Back to the Future. So for 3 points there, 1 for each. Who directed the following films? The Irishman, Jaws, and Back to the Future. Really do want to introduce the kids to Back to the Future. Some of my favourite films. I just don't think they're quite ready for all the timey-wimey stuff. It's not like watching Doctor Who. It's a bit more confusing, I think. I might give it a try. I do love those films. Definitely not showing them the other two yet. But Back to the Future, yeah. Okay, so does anybody need a question repeated then? This is the end of the entertainment round. If you need a question repeated, now's the time to ask. Just say the number that you think you need repeated, and that gives everybody a bit of extra thinking time for some of these answers, and also to work out the conundrum and have a guess at that. I'm always interested to see who works these out. But yes, if you need a question repeated, now is the time. The other thing I'll say is, in terms of the links in my description, I always talk about them throughout the night as well. There's 2 links in the description. The first one I'll talk about is for my nominated charity. I did also hint this on the in the posts I made recently as well on the main page. Is that Secret Santa 365 normally are a charity that all through the year, and question 3 I'll repeat for you in a moment. Secret Santa 365 support struggling families normally across Oxfordshire, so that's the county I live in, which is why that's the chosen charity. And so they always need our help. They've given out hundreds of laptops recently that have been donated, such as my old one, to families who have been struggling since the pandemic with people learning and working from home, and they just can't afford the technology to do these things, for example. But generally speaking, they do help out a lot. But now they're getting involved with the Ukraine relief effort as well. So I've shared something on the page just before we went live, which is a link to an appeal that's local here. So for those of you who are in the area, if you want to donate things that will be driven straight down to Poland, to the border, and given to the people, refugees coming over from Ukraine, Thursday's the day they're collecting and driving everything down. So if you wanted more information, it's all there in what I've shared, or you can message me for information too. And if you're not, and you feel like being charitable with what's going on, I think one of the best ones to donate to is either the Ukraine Red Cross charity, or you can donate to our Red Cross, who then are doing a special collection, I think, for Ukraine for the same thing. So do just Google those, or again, message me if you're not sure, and we can hopefully do a bit of good if you're not already. I know lots of people are doing things voluntarily anyway, but that's just what that's all about. Right, repeats. Question 3 was Chris Hemsworth, Danny DeVito, and Ian McKellen played which comic book characters on film? Chris Hemsworth, Danny DeVito, and Ian McKellen played which comic book characters on film? And for Andy, question 15, he says the old memory is also failing. Okay. Question 15 again was, who directed the following films? It is The Irishman, Jaws, and Back to the Future. 1 point for each. Who directed those? And finally, don't forget to see if you can have a guess at the conundrum for this one. Let's see if you can work that out. Now I'm going to go through the answers, and we'll see how well you did. Remember to put your team scores in the comments so we can give you all a shout out. So, question number 1. What type of creatures were Skippy, Flipper, and Mr. Ed for 3 points? They are kangaroo, dolphin, and a horse. Question 2. Which actress plays Detective Chief Inspector Vera Stanhope on UK TV? It is Brenda Blethyn. Question 3. Chris Hemsworth, Danny DeVito, and Ian McKellen played which comic book characters on film? Chris Hemsworth plays Thor. Danny DeVito plays the Penguin in Batman Returns. And Ian McKellen played Magneto in the X-Men movies. In the original run of the X-Men movies. Okay, question 4. Who is the host and what is the top prize? On the ITV game show The Cube, it is Philip Schofield and the top prize is £250,000. They did do a one-series special where it went up to $1 million, but generally the top prize in all the other series and the latest one is £250,000. So that's the answer we need for that one. Question 5. Which Olympic rower appeared on Strictly Come Dancing for 2019? It was James Cracknell. Question 6. The cookery shows in the correct order earliest released first were the three I gave you were Ready Steady Cook, The Naked Chef and MasterChef. In the correct order, MasterChef started in 1990. Ready Steady Cook was in 1994 and then Naked Chef was 1999. Okay, question 7. What type of creature was Robin Hood in Disney's 1970s cartoon film? He was a fox. Question 8. In Scooby-Doo, what were Daphne, Fred and Velma's surnames for 3 points? It is Daphne Blake, Fred Jones and Velma Dinkley. Blake, Jones and Dinkley. Question 9. Which song by which singer was the theme to the Disney blockbuster Frozen? It was Let It Go by Idina Menzel. Question 10. What were Madonna, ABBA and Phil Collins asking us to take in the UK singles charts? Madonna was asking us to take a bow. ABBA sang about taking a chance on me. Take a chance on me. And Phil Collins, Take a Look at Me Now. Question 11. Who is the current host of BBC TV's Question Time? It is Fiona Bruce. Question 12. Which actor and actress played Mulder and Scully on TV and film? It is David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson. 2 points there. Question 13. The former Beatle that founded Handmade Films in 1978 is George Harrison. You didn't need the surname if you're not familiar with the Beatles that much, but the first name of George would be enough for a point. Question 14. In 2019, who were the hosts of blockbusters Tenable and House of Games? Dara O'Brien was the one that brought back Blockbusters. Warwick Davis was the host of Tenable and House of Games with Richard Osman. Question 15, the final question. Who directed the following films? The Irishman, Jaws and Back to the Future. That is Martin Scorsese, Steven Spielberg and Robert Zemeckis. Right, let's reveal the countdown conundrum answer then. 2 points if you got this correct. It is strangest. So let me know in the comments how you got on. You can put a +2 on the end if that's how you want me to show me that that's what you got for the conundrum, or you can just add it all together. Let's see how well you did. Please pop those in the comments along with your team name. I'll give you a shout out or not. You don't have to share it if you don't want to. It's just for fun. And if you are watching a repeat of this, you're not watching it live, still do leave a comment wherever you're watching it, because I always like to know that people are enjoying my content. Okay? Let's see your scores then. And then we shall move on to the food and drink round. The answer, I can repeat the answer again, that's fine. The answer to question 8 was Daphne Blake, Fred Jones and Velma Dinkley. No problem there, Andy. Right, so some scores coming in then. The Donuts have got themselves a score of 22. Luke and Jane have got 19. Good effort there. I think we've got maybe 5 teams tonight. In terms of who's in the comments, at least. Tally up those scores. Let's see what the rest of you have got this evening then. And then we shall move on. If we already have moved on, don't worry. You can still leave your comments. I'll give you a shout out. Oh, Maddie's here as well. Well done, Maddie. 26 plus 2. That's a great score. Eric and the Blackpool Bar Stewards have got a whopping 27 plus 2. Not So Golden Oldies have 16 plus 0 plus an Abby bonus. Well done. Yes, absolutely use that. Millie says we got 12. Good effort. Well done. Pinky and the Brain have got 23 plus 2. You also got the conundrum then. Very good. And 22 points for Back in Black. Excellent scores. Well done, guys. If that is everybody, I'm going to move on. If it's not, don't worry. I'll still give you a shout out. Leave your comments. Right, let's move on then to the next round, which will be food and drink. And straight away, there is your conundrum as well for this round. So same again, I'll go through the questions and then have a look at what you think that conundrum is going to be. You'll get an extra 2 bonus points for this food and drink round if you get that correct. And if you haven't used your Abby bonus point for the other people that have got that bonus point to use, feel free to add it onto this round. This will be the last opportunity to use it anyway. Okay, so food and drink then. 15 questions, just like before. This time it's about food and drink. And we'll go through things in the same order as the previous round for those who are new. Okay, question number 1 then is a 3-pointer. What names do American citizens give to fairy cakes, crisps, and muesli? What names do Americans give to fairy cakes, crisps, and muesli? 1 point for each. I was asked earlier on, just to waffle on in between the questions, I was asked earlier on about whether tonight was the Patreon quiz or not. We did have, it was supposed to be Patreon last week. Unfortunately, I couldn't do it. I was recovering from COVID. Very mild. I'm not asking for sympathy. I'm just saying I had to call it off because, yeah, everybody in the house, bar Chrissy, actually had it on and off throughout all of last week. So, yeah, it just knocked us all for 6 in many respects, so I had to give it a miss. But because February was a shorter month, that means it was straight back to Facebook Live this week, with it being, is it the 1st today? The first today. So, but if anybody wants to join, I'll speak about it a bit more later on, but it is instantaneous now. I've changed it, so you can just join whenever, and the money will pretty much be transferred that day, pretty much. So it's fine. If ever anyone wants to join last minute for the Patreon quiz, I'll tell you about that as we go. Question 2 in our food and drink round. Chives are a member of which family of vegetables? Chives are a member of which family of vegetables? So, yeah, if you haven't done it in time, because the Patreon quiz is normally the last Tuesday of every month, then you can just go to the link in the description of these videos and sign up, and it's £2 a month minimum, and then that gains you access to the Patreon quiz night, so you can have a quiz every week when I'm fit and able to do so. But yeah, we'll talk about it a bit more as we go. Question 3. A Cornish king is an example of which vegetable? Is it a potato, a carrot, or a parsnip? A Cornish king is an example of which vegetable? Is it a potato, a carrot, or a parsnip? I saw on TikTok recently that somebody was talking about, there was a TikToker who was sharing information about farming, and one of the comments was from, I don't know where they were from, but they were questioning why in our shops there's dirt on our potatoes a lot of the time. It's like, they grow in the ground, and as long as you rinse them off, it's perfectly fine, you know, and it's better for them when they stay with the dirt around them for longer. Yeah, really odd. Like, where do you think they grow? But yeah, Cornish king is an example of which vegetable? Is that a potato, a carrot, or a parsnip? Question 4. Which 3 flavours of Heinz soups are the most popular in the UK? Which 3 flavours of Heinz soups are the most popular in the UK? 1 point for each. You don't need to rank them in order or anything. Just name the 3 most popular. As long as you get them correct, you get 1 point for each. Okay, next question then. Question number 5. Grenadine is obtained from which fruit? Grenadine is obtained from which fruit? Right, your next question is question number 6 now. Which 3 different fruits were mentioned in titles of hit UK singles for Prince, The Beatles and Marvin Gaye? Which 3 different fruits were mentioned in the titles of UK hit singles for Prince, The Beatles and Marvin Gaye? 1 point for each. Coming up to the halfway point of the round then, just about. Question number 7. How would you say house wine in French? How would you say house wine in French? You don't have to be exact with the spelling on this one. As long as you can justify being close enough, then you can give yourself a point. All right, question number 8 now for 3 more points. Question 8. The beer brands called Corona, Labatt and Carlsberg come from which 3 countries? The beer brands called Corona, Labatt and Carlsberg come from which 3 countries? Right, question number 9 now. Question number 9. What type of food is a kielbasa in Poland? What type of food is a kielbasa, Kielbasa, in Poland? I was hoping Jan would be watching. For regulars, you'll know that he's a friend of mine, former colleague who lives in Poland, but he's not here tonight. I hope he's okay. Maybe he's, I don't know what he's doing. But obviously, Poland being very close to the border of Ukraine, I was hoping he'd be able to give us a little update and hopefully tell us he's okay. Maybe he's helping. I don't know. But we shall see. But yeah, I was hoping he'd be there because it's not very often I get to do a question to do with Poland. Anyway, I'll let him know. Question 10. Put these raw fruits into the correct order with the fewest calories per 100 grams first. Banana, avocado and pomegranate. Put these in the correct order with the fewest calories per 100 grams first. Banana, avocado and pomegranate. Okay, your next question is question 11. Which cooking ingredient has its own festival on the Isle of Wight every August, displaying chutneys to ice cream and showcasing its endless potential? This sounds like something I might like to go to. Which cooking ingredient has its own festival on the Isle of Wight every August, displaying chutneys to ice cream and showcasing its endless potential? Question number 12 then. Question 12. What does the abbreviation ABV stand for on a bottle of beer? What does the abbreviation ABV stand for on a bottle of beer? That question does crop up quite often in pub quiz trivia, but you'd be amazed how many people still don't remember it. You will get 3 points if you get it exactly correct. 1 point for each correct word, though. What does ABV stand for when it comes to bottles of beer? Or wine, I think, and pretty much anything along those lines, really. Question 13. Which game bird could be shot and eaten after the glorious 12th? Which game bird could be shot and eaten after the glorious 12th? Question number 14 then is for another 3 points. Question 14. What are the following drinks made from sake, tequila, and brandy? What are the following drinks made from sake, tequila, and brandy? 1 point for each. You don't have to be too specific with this one. Just the general thing that they're made from is enough. We've got one more question for you on this round. So again, let me know if you want any questions repeated. Happy to do that for you. Question 15. Which 3 nations consume the most coffee across the European Union? Which 3 nations consume the most coffee in the European Union? This is a post-Brexit European Union, to be clear. So you don't have to worry about where we may lie in this one. For those of you who are thinking UK, we're not including them, us. But 1 point for each. You do not need to put them in the correct order either. 1 point for each. As long as you guess the top 3, you get 1 point for each of them. Anybody need a repeat? Let me know in the comments. The other thing I like to make you aware of during the shows is the link if you want to support me in any way. So we mentioned Patreon earlier on. That's a monthly thing, but you can cancel any time if you don't want to be a part of it anymore. No problem there. But yes, if you are, then every month there's a Patreon quiz night you get as a reward for that. There's also, well, you've seen everything that's been scrolling along in front of me here. TikTok and Twitter and Instagram, but also there's buymeacoffee.com, which is like a tipping service kind of thing. You get a quiz reward for that as well if you like. If you want to request your own quiz subjects, you can do it that way, or you can do it via Patreon as well. You're entitled to that. Lots of different options and choices I give to people if they want to support me, because I really do appreciate it. But priority at the moment is please be charitable instead, obviously, and help out the Ukraine where you can. The Ukraine charities, I should say. No requests for repeats, so I'm going to go through the answers then and we'll see how well you did. But do stop me or ask me for a repeat of those if you need me to. So 1 point for each correct answer then, and leave your team scores in the comments and we will reveal the countdown conundrum as soon as I've gone through these ones for the food and drink round. 2 points extra if you got that, and Abby's bonus point too for those of you who haven't used it yet. Question number 1 then. What names do American citizens give to fairy cakes, crisps and muesli? It is cupcakes, potato chips and granola. Question 2. Chives are a member of which family of vegetables? They are part of the onion family. Question 3. A Cornish king is an example of which vegetable? That is a potato. Question 4. Which 3 flavours of Heinz soup are the most popular in the UK? It is cream of tomato, cream of chicken and vegetable soup. Cream of chicken soup makes an amazing black peppercorn sauce. If you get that on the hob, a tin of that, and just chuck in a load of black peppercorns, it's amazing. So quick and easy. There you go, there's a tip for you. Alright, next question then, question 5. Grenadine is obtained from which fruit? That is from pomegranate. Question 6. Which 3 different fruits were mentioned in the titles of UK hit singles for Prince, for the Beatles, and for Marvin Gaye? For Prince, it's Raspberry Beret. For the Beatles, it was Strawberry Fields. And for Marvin Gaye, he heard it through the grapevine. So raspberry, strawberry, and grapes for 3 points. Question 7. How would you say house wine in French? It is vin de la maison. V-I-N-D-E-L-A, maison, M-A-I-S-O-N. As long as you're close enough there, you can give yourself a point. Question 8. The beer brands called Corona, Labatt, and Carlsberg come from which 3 countries? Corona is from Mexico, Labatt is from Canada, and Carlsberg from Denmark. Question 9. What type of food is a kielbasa in Poland? It is a sausage. Question 10. Put these raw fruits into the correct order with the fewest calories per 100 grams first. The 3 I gave you were banana, avocado, and pomegranate. In the correct order with the fewest calories per 100 grams first, it's pomegranate with 68, then banana with 95, then avocado with 190 calories as per 100 grams. Question 11. The cooking ingredient that has its own festival on the Isle of Wight every August is garlic. Love me some garlic. So, yeah, hence why I say I would probably like to go to that one day. But there you go. It's a garlic festival on the Isle of Wight. Question 12. ABV stands for alcohol by volume. 1 point for each correct word. Alcohol by volume. Next question then was question 13. The game bird that can be shot and eaten after the glorious 12th is grouse, or the red grouse. Either or is fine. Question 14. The following drinks are made from what? Sake, tequila, and brandy is rice. Sake is a Japanese rice wine. Tequila is made from cactus, or specifically the blue agave cactus, but just cactus is fine. And brandy, grapes. There we go, there's that one. And finally then, question 15. Which 3 nations consume the most coffee in the European Union? 3rd place goes to France. 2nd place is Italy. 1st place is Germany. Again, you could have put them in any order you like, as long as you got 1 point. As long as you got them, then you get 1 point for each. Tally up your scores. Let me know how many you got there. I can tell you now the answer for the countdown conundrum for 2 points extra is gleefully. So let's see how many points you got there in total, and then we will move on to our catchphrase rounds. We've got 2 catchphrases tonight, as I mentioned at the top of the show. How many points is number 10 worth, please? Number 10 is for 3 points. If you put them in the correct order, you get 3 points. If 2 of them are the wrong way round, then you only get 1 point. And then I think those are the only 2 options, because the other one is to get all 3 in the wrong order, so then there's 0. But 3 points in total if they are all in the correct order. Okay, right, Donuts have got 26 points. Great score. Catherine says 28 plus 2 for the not so golden oldies. By the way, Tony was on MasterChef in 1990. What? That has got to be on YouTube somewhere. I need to see this. That would be so fun. I used to work with somebody who was on Blockbusters, in like the original Blockbusters. Must have been in the 80s. I'm sure, late, yeah, maybe early 90s, I'm not sure. And when he showed us the footage that we managed to find on YouTube, unrecognisable. I mean, 30 years had passed, in fairness. Well, maybe 20 at that time. But yeah, that's brilliant. Fair play. I hope you did well on it. Yeah, I'd love to see that. Okay, let's go back to the scores then. Okay, Back in Black got 24 plus 2, so that's 26 in total. Maddie says she's got 22 plus 2. Millie's team, I should say, has got 18 points. Pinky and the Brain have got 24 plus 2 as well. Gosh, you guys, most of you have been really good with these conundrums. I'm going to have to do some harder ones. Chris is saying, wow, with Lloyd Grossman. Yes, it must have been. He was the first host of MasterChef, wasn't it? Him off of Through the Keyhole as well. Classic. Yeah, Luke and Jane, 23 plus 2. Another good score. Chris knows her food and drink, 28 plus 2 for the Blackpool Bar Stewards. Excellent scores. Good stuff. Right, well done, guys. We're going to move on then to the catchphrase round. Obviously, keep your comments coming in, though. You know, we love the old conversation here. It's more about having a community of people that get together every week and just have a laugh. It's more than just a trivia show, isn't it, really? So the more comments that come in, the more discussion we have, I think the more interesting, I hope, the more interesting the show gets. Anyway, catchphrase. Okay, so with catchphrase then, again, for those of you who are new to this, there is a catchphrase behind that board. We need to determine which numbers of squares that we need to reveal and in what order. So in order to do that, did I try Lordle? Chris is saying. I did try Lordle. It's impossibly difficult. It's Lord of the Rings Wordle version of Lord of the Rings. No. A Lord of the Rings version of Wordle, for those who aren't familiar with Lordle. It's very good, but it's very, very difficult. I love Lord of the Rings in terms of what's been filmed. I do not know the books. So it's very, very tricky. But I love the fact it exists, and I showed Chrissy as well. So yeah, I should go back and have another go. Love it. But yeah, so difficult. Okay, so I'm going to ask a potluck question. You can answer this one in the comments. The first person I see in the comments my side to answer it correctly will get to guess the catchphrase first. I will spin the wheel on screen. That will reveal the number we're going to open up on the board. And you get to guess first, or be the first person to guess at the catchphrase. You can just say pass, of course, as well. And so, I'll tell you what we need to do here. Hang on, let me just adjust this. Look, I knew there'd be something. There we go, look, that's better. Can see more of your chat there now. Okay, so with that said then, here is your first question, and let's see who gets the catchphrase correct. If you manage to get the potluck questions I'm going to ask you correct, you can keep a tally and keep your own score if you really want to, but the main thing is who's going to get the catchphrase correct first. Your question is, name one of the 3 colours on the national flag of Italy. Guess in the comments. I'll give it a bit of time. Name one of the 3 colours on the national flag of Italy. And whilst those are coming in, I'm going to spin the wheel now. Let's go to this one first. And you can see the number we're going to be revealing first as well. Okay, so it will be number 5. Now, the first person to guess a correct colour, because the answers are green, white and red. Sue and the donuts, yours is the first comment I'm seeing on my screen, so it's red. Everybody's guessed a colour. I knew you would. It's a nice easy one just to get things going. So Sue and the donuts, I'm revealing square number 5 for you now. Now normally the centre square is the most helpful of them all. I do not think that's the case for this one. You get to have first guess though. We can say pass if you're not sure. Because we are going to move on to the next question and we shall see who gets the next one. I will keep an eye out for your comments if you wanted to have a guess first. Pass. Okay, thank you. Question number 2. Which creatures gather collectively in an army? Is it lemmings, ants or gnats? Which creatures gather collectively in an army? Is it lemmings, ants or gnats? Guess in the comments, please. Looks like lots of you are getting that question right then. The first one I can see in the comments is Sue again. You're very quick on the draw tonight. Lots of you, yeah, everybody's getting it right. It is ants. So well done. Give yourself a point if you've managed to guess that correctly. So let's see, because Sue, if again you find yourself passing, anybody's allowed to guess once the person who's got the question correct passes, okay, or has a guess and gets it wrong. So the next number is number 7 by the looks of it. Yes, number 7. Let's reveal that and see what we see. Probably not the most helpful there either. Lee Ryan's song sang about an army of lovers. Really? Well, we were looking for ants for this one, but okay. I didn't know he did that, though. That is good knowledge. Any guesses from Sue and the Donuts? There are... You've very well avoided the key squares on this one, which I'm quite impressed with. And despite that, don't overthink it. Interesting guess. It's good, but it's not right, as they say on the show. All right, let's move on. Which, is a Belgian Limburger a type of dog, a pig, or a cheese? Is a Belgian Limburger a type of dog, a pig, or a cheese? First person to get it right in the comments will get to guess next. Chris says it's a thin line. No. Let's see then what guesses we've got in here. Most of you so far going for cheese. We've got a couple of guesses for dog. The first person to get it right in the comments this time was Eric, Blackpool Bar Stewards team. Very well done, Eric. So let's see what number we're revealing for you. It is a cheese. A Belgian Limburger is a cheese. So, we are revealing number 2. I'm not so sure how good this one's going to be either. I mean, you can see that's the Mr. Chip style character there, but it's not giving anything away, is it? I like it when it goes this way. I'm not surprised Gabby hasn't guessed it immediately, though, knowing her luck. Oh, Jan's here, everybody. I was just talking about you about 10-15 minutes ago. We did a question about something Polish, mate, and I thought you'd be here for it. Because you would easily have get it, I'm sure. Mr. Chips is the yellow character in the catchphrases. That's just what he's called. It's from the TV show. Yes, yeah, Chris is telling you there, you missed the Polish question. I'll go back to it in a moment, though. So we've removed their number 2. The Polish question... Oh, think ahead, Gabby's guessed. It's incorrect. Right. Yes, Jan, we were asking... the question I asked was what type of food is a kielbasa in Poland? I'm sure I've said that wrong, but that's the question. And I was hoping you'd be here for it, so I just repeated it there for you just for fun. Oh, it's okay. Yeah, I know you've commented about it anyway. But yeah, you can go back and check because I did say something about you. So please do have a look. Think straight is incorrect as well. Let's ask another question for this catchphrase and see if we can reveal the right squares for you this time. Which was the most recent American state to join their union? I almost said it perfectly. Wow. Okay. All right. I'm quite proud of myself then. That's good. Which was the most recent American state to join the Union? Millie's had a guess at the catchphrase saying, think out loud. No. I need to remind myself of what it is now. Oh, that's it. Yeah, okay. No, it's not that. Okay, let's see who guesses this one. The most recent state to join the United States of America. The first guess for this one we've got... Oh, let's see. We've got a few more guesses coming in. Yeah, everybody's going for Hawaii or Alaska. If it was a 50-50 choice, I would give you those two as the choices. So you're all along the right lines, but only those of you who said Hawaii have got it correct. The first of those was Gabby. Well done. You, Pinky in the Brain, you have got it right. So let's see which one we're going to reveal for you now. It's going to be... Looks like number 1. Oh, we're really going around this the long way. Little bit of a clue there. Little bit. So we removed one now. Gabby gets the first guess. If Gabby gets it right, just before I said that, think before you speak was a guess that came in from Millie. That's incorrect. Gabby gets the next shout, and after that it opens up for everybody again to have a guess. And I will prepare the next question in terms of our potluck round. Not sure. Alright, I'm going to move on. I'll still look out for your guess. The next potluck question then is, which creature represents Gryffindor in Harry Potter? Which creature represents Gryffindor in the Harry Potter stories? Yeah, Gabby's got no idea. Let's not think on your feet. We've got some interesting guesses coming in. I'm going to let a few more of you guess. And then I will reveal the answer. Okay, might have stumped some of you if you're not Harry Potter fans, in fairness. Some of you are going for a griffin there. Some of you are saying a dragon. We've got a lion as well. Dragon. Okay, alright. I'll put you out of your misery. The answer for Gryffindor is not a griffin. It is a lion. Well done. Gabby, you've got it right again. So let's spin the wheel and see if you can get it right this time. Again, Gabby will get the first guess, and anybody else is welcome to guess afterwards. Number 8. Okay. This one might help out a lot. The one you really want, I think, is number 6. That's the one you really want. But okay, so we know now the word starts with THIN. But what is the next word, and what is the catchphrase? Ed has had a guess there. I'm not going to say anything about it though, because we want Gabby to have the first guess, being her turn. So she could echo those thoughts or come up with something herself. Let's see if anything comes in the comments. We've got one more of these to do. And then we're going to move on to our survey says family fortune style questions. Okay. We're going to have to call it. Because you guessed for the last round, I'm a bit delayed. That's alright, Ed. That's alright. Gabby didn't get an answer in very quickly. I think she might feel it's the same thing or maybe something else. But still, I can reveal to you now, Ed, that that is the correct answer. I've got to go based on the comments I see when they come in. Yeah, Gabby agrees that Ed must be right. So, here you go. Let's confirm that for you. Keep your eye on things is the answer. And the other thing I should do now is remove the rest of the board so that you can see how the rest of the image pans out. So let's hide the answer again and show you when we take away 4, 3, 6 and 9. There we go. Keeping an eye on things is the answer for that one. We really went the long way around there. So many times before this, we've gone for the key ones. The wheel spun, and it's always been those key squares that's revealed very quickly. Right, so let's return the board to its complete state and move on then to our second catchphrase. And we've got a full wheel again, 1 to 9. We'll carry on a brand new catchphrase. Let's see who can get this one correct. Your next question then is, we'll stick, what should we do? Let's do this one, right? What word do Americans use for what we call candy floss? Guess in the comments. First person to guess will get to have that revealed square and guess the catchphrase first. What word do Americans use for what we call candy floss? Good guesses coming in. Lots of you saying the same thing. The answer is indeed cotton candy. So if you put that, you give yourself a little bonus point there. Cotton candy is the correct answer. The first person in the comments on my side, Eric, Blackpool Bar Stewards, you've got it right the fastest there. Cotton candy. The square we're revealing for this one is going to be number 4 first. There we go. Number 4. Have a guess at this one. Everybody who said cotton candy, as with all the other questions, if you're keeping a tally of your scores, give yourself a point. But yes, Americans call it cotton candy. Any ideas on that one then to Eric or Chris from the Blackpool Bar Stewards team? Have a guess in the comments. Pass. Okay, I thought so. It's a bit tricky. It is a bit tricky. Let's remove that one then. Your next question is... right, okay. Name the year this happened. All of these things happened in the same year. I think somebody... Yeah, I'm sure some of you will get it correct. 33 miners rescued in Chile. BP's Deepwater Horizon leaks oil into the Gulf of Mexico. And Jesse Eisenberg portrayed Mark Zuckerberg. Name the year. It was 2000 and something. I'll narrow it down by that much, okay? 33 miners rescued in Chile. BP's Deepwater Horizon leaks oil into the Gulf of Mexico. And Jesse Eisenberg portrayed Mark Zuckerberg on film. Name the year. Nobody gets it right. We'll just move on to another question, of course. But we should have enough people. Law of averages. Surely somebody will get it right. Or if one person is closer than anybody else, then they can have the glory of getting it right. Or being close enough. While the guesses come in, I'm going to spin the wheel. Lots of guesses coming in, and all different guesses, I think, as well. Right, so the wheel has spun number 8. So I'll reveal number 8 in just a moment. And it looks like 2010 is the correct answer. Jan has got it exactly right. Very well done. Everybody else, we had a couple that were close. Millie said 2009. Oh, that was the other closest one, I think. Yeah, looking at the guesses. So, Jan, this one's for you then. Let's remove number 8. Oh, take my sound effect off. Oh, I'm going to do it again. There we go. Right. So, what on earth could it be? You will pass on guessing the catchphrase. I had a feeling you might. It's still very, very tricky, particularly if English isn't your first language. So don't you worry. Right, let's bring up another question then. Okay, what type of castle was Ed Sheeran singing about in the UK singles chart? What type of castles were Ed Sheeran singing about in the UK singles chart? Oh, Chris has a guess of On Cloud 9. It's incorrect. It's a really good guess, in fairness, looking at what you've got available to you, but it's incorrect. Okay, we've got some guesses coming in. What kind of castle? Andy says, bouncy castle. Brilliant. Brilliant. I wish that was the answer. The answer was, and we've got several guesses in. The correct answer, now I can tell you, was Castle on the Hill. The first person to say on the hill was Catherine. Well done, Catherine and Tony. I'm going to spin the wheel for you now. You get to guess first at our catchphrase. Let's see. Let's see where this takes us. Is it stopping on number 2? It is stopping on number 2, right. Okay, removing 2 from the wheel, and that has revealed this square for you. Peter says, hi Chris and fellow quizzers, really sorry Britzillians missed the quiz, we'll be there next week. Oh, that's okay, no worries. Thank you for stopping by anyway. I've seen Ant pop up in the comments a little as well recently. No problem at all. Vernia sent a lovely message, by the way, to Abby and I. I sent her a picture of her wearing that bag. Peter, I don't know if you're aware of that. She said she was going to send us a video of some monkeys over in Brazil that visited him. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. Yeah. So, yeah, hope you're all doing well. Okay, we have got a guess in from Catherine and Tony. They say every cloud has a silver lining. It's a very good guess. Let's just have a quick look at this. Every cloud has a silver lining. You're right. You've only gone and done it. Very well played. Yes, let's reveal the board then and show you why that is the correct answer. We'll take that away and let's take away all the squares. So 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. There we go. See, the arrow is just pointing to the silver lining behind the cloud. At least that is what that's supposed to represent. So yes, absolutely. Anne says, nice guess. Good job. Quite right. Yeah, really well done there. Oh, look at this. Oh, hello. Don't want to do that. I wanted to do that. It's always something I'm forgetting. Right. So, good job. Right, let's reset the board then, because we can now move on to the R survey says Family Fortunes round. And like I said, I've got 3 questions to go through if we've got the time. So let's move on. So, with this one, again, guess in the comments. We're looking for the top 4 answers for this first question. So this one should be, I think this will be quite quick. 100 people were surveyed. These are genuine Family Fortunes questions, some taken from the American version of the show, some from the UK version of the show, and various other different versions of it. So 100 people were surveyed, and the question is, name something an athlete might wear that's lucky. Every team or every individual person watching, shall we say, can have a guess in the comments, okay? And I will reveal to you the answers and let you know how many of you get the top answer, because that's what we're all looking for. Who's going to get the top answer? Name something an athlete might wear that's lucky. So just have the one guess, please, per person, just so I can manage the comments easier. So we've got socks being yes. We've got underpants, a wristband, pants, underpants. Yeah, okay, good, good, good. All sound like logical guesses. Let's see. All right, let's start off then with socks. Is socks one of our top 4 answers? Because many of you have said it. You'll all get a shout out in a minute because it is the top answer. Very well done. Straight away there, the top answer is socks. So well done to Millie. You were straight in there with the first correct answer. Also well done to, who else said socks? Catherine and Tony said socks as well in the comments. Good job. So just 2 of you by the looks of it. Now, the next one we have is underwear, underpants, or just pants. Any or all of those we will class as one guess. So let's see where that lies. Is it there? Is it in our top 4? Oh. It is in our top 4. So that's the top 2 discovered. Very well done. Yes, it is impressive, Andy. Quite right. The other guesses we've got in so far, wristband. Now, wristband, is that one of our top 4? It's not there. It's not there. I'm sure if we included more than the top 4 for this one, that would be pretty close to it. Possibly even 5. Another guess we have in after underwear and socks, we have shoes. So Andy's gone with shoes. Let's see if shoes is there. That is the 4th answer. So we're missing the 3rd one now. Chain, necklaces, necklace, jewellery. We have Maddie saying that, Sue and the Donut saying that, and Eric saying jewellery. And we've also got Chris of Blackpool Bar Stewards saying headband. Okay, I can tell you now, headband is not there. But answer number 3 is jewellery. Well done. I said you would complete that one quickly. So good effort there. Points to everybody who got on the board. Well done. Socks being the top answer. Let's reset the board. And now we can go on to question number 2. Okay, and question number 2 is, let's just open that up for you. Name something during conversation you might fake. Name something during conversation you might fake. One guess per person in the comments, and if they're still not all guessed at the end of that, then you can guess again. I knew some of these would be fun guesses. Brilliant. Okay. We have got interest. Millie says interest. I'm quite impressed at how quickly you managed to send interest. It's almost as if you've faked interest in conversations before. It's like, oh, I know this. Interest. Jan says a heart attack. Goodness me. What conversation would you be having if you felt that you had to fake a heart attack? But I can say heart attack is not there. Although some say when I press that button, it makes you feel like you're going to, makes you jump. Okay, right, interest. I think we need to put interest up on the board because that is number 2. Well done there to Millie, to Chris as well, feigning interest, and Catherine and Tony. Catherine and Tony also said interest. Who else? Did anybody say that? No, right, okay, next one. We have Gabby saying laugh. Okay, did anybody else say laugh? Not specifically laugh, no. So laugh is on the board, and I can reveal to you now it is the top answer. Well done, Gabby. Found the top answer there for that one. Fake your age. Might you fake your age in a conversation? I suppose you might. You might. But it's not there, I'm afraid. Not there, I'm afraid. Unlucky to the donuts there. A phone call, again, yes. Yeah, makes sense, but it's not there. Smile. You might fake a smile in a conversation, absolutely. And I can also tell you that it's number 3 on the board. Number 3 on the board. Oh, let's leave it on, shall we? Okay, we have got 2 more to find because we're looking for the top 5 answers this time. Maddie's gone with knowledge. You might fake knowledge on something. What else have we got here? Knowledge. An escape plan. It's a good one. An accent. You might fake a yawn. Yeah, okay, brilliant. Right, let's go through these then. So, knowledge. Might you fake knowledge on something? I would say yes, you would. Let's see if it's on the board though. No, it's not on the board. I like it, but it's not there. Accent, Gabby says. You fake an accent. Accent is the 5th answer on the list. Yawn. Is yawn there? No, it is not. Let's see. What else might you fake? If you have only just met somebody and you're not sure you want to meet them again, you could fake this so they wouldn't be able to find you. There's a clue for you. So, illness is incorrect. Personality, also incorrect. Good guesses. But now, based on that clue I've given you, can you think of what it could be to complete the board? Millie says the time. Tell them it's later than it is so you can leave. Yeah, I like it. It's not there. But I have now seen Jan, Chris, Catherine saying name, and Gabby saying phone number. Sue and the Donuts also coming with phone number. Maddie coming in with phone number as well. All right, so based on that clue, it is one of those 2 things. Is it name or phone number, though? The people who can celebrate because they've got it right are the people who said name. You fake your name. I think more people would naturally fake their phone number, personally. But again, this is a survey of 100 people, and those were the top 5 answers. Let's reset the board. And we move on then. We have plenty of time. Let's go on to our third Our Survey Says question. And the question for this one is... Singles were asked, 100 singles were asked, to describe their last date with a movie genre. I think this is so funny. Let's see what your guesses are, because I bet the funniest ones are actually the real ones as well. 100 singles were asked to describe their last date with a movie genre. One guess per team, please. I'll let the guesses come in, and then we'll go through them, as I think most of you are going to be able to get a couple of answers here. Okay, the first guesses have come in. Eric, Catherine, Gabby, Millie are all saying horror. Jan is saying thriller. Where are you taking your dates? Amazing. Sue and the Donuts think it's going to be horror as well as the top answer. I can say, first and foremost, in the top 5 answers that we're looking for, thriller is not there. It's not there. I think if it was a thrilling encounter, you might be tempted to have another date. But hey, thriller is not there, I'm afraid. Horror is the main one that most other people have guessed. So because so many people said that, I will put you out of your misery because that is on the board. Horror is the top answer. Which kind of makes sense when you think they are still single. Horror is the top answer. Now, we have got rom-com. Rom-com's a tricky one because that's a combination. So I can't say either way. So I'm going to give you, yeah. Technically it's wrong because it combines 2. Okay? So which one do you think is on the board? Which one do you think is higher up? All right, it's a good guess though. I prefer to have it combined, but because they're separate answers, I can't. The next ones we've got fantasy. Is fantasy there? Wow. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, why is it not doing that? There we go. Fantasy is not there either. Again, that might be one that's outside the top 5 though. Drama, Jan says. Is drama on the board? Third one. That's the third one. Good one. After rom-com, though, we did have Sue and the Donuts saying comedy. Is comedy on the board? Separately, yes. Comedy is separately on the board. We have drama. We have action. Sue and Eric. Jan says anime. This is not that kind of show, mate. Eric and Sue both gone with action. Let's see if action's there. Action's the 5th one on the list. So I mean, Millie's gone with sci-fi. Sci-fi's not there either. That would be a cool date, though. I would love to be able to describe a date as a sci-fi date at some point. Obviously, history. Andy says history as well. Now, I did give you a bit of a clue when Maddie said rom-com, and you couldn't have it combined because that's 2 separate answers. So, yes, Maddie, that other one is definitely wrong. Okay, so Chris and the Blackpool Bar Stewards, you've gone with romance, which means that the board is complete. Comedy and romance were separate answers on the board. So horror, comedy, drama, romance, and action are the answers for that one. Let's reset the board again. Okay, so that was the 3rd question in our survey says game. We rattled through those quite quickly. Next week, if you missed the announcement at the top of the show, next week I might do it slightly differently, and once or twice a month a Facebook Live show will be slightly different from now on, in that we will do, instead of you've got 2 quiz rounds and then 2 game show rounds, we're going to do 3 quiz rounds again, go back to doing that, and 1 game show. It'll either be catchphrase or our survey says. Okay, I think we'll do that more often. Not every time, but sometimes. At least once or twice a month we will go back to doing it that way, and that's so that people who watch on smaller devices don't have to try and squint and work out what's going on with catchphrase. Alright, so just bear that in mind. There'll be more full trivia quiz rounds every now and then. Okay. The next thing is to say another new page. We created a new page to finish the show off with officially. I hope you like, again, all the background and the new little graphics and things I've got going on. This isn't the finished product. I'm going to keep on tweaking it and refining it and getting it to look exactly how I want it. But this is a good start, a good enough start for me to show you where this is going. Again, the picture in the background all night is from the pub where I host my pub quizzes in person, King's Head and Bell in Abingdon. Links are in the description. I hope you've enjoyed the show, for those who've been able to watch it. And if you have watched a repeat of this, again, please leave comments and let me know what you thought as well. Give the video a like before you move on. All those good engagements really help me out. And if you'd like to support me on Patreon, you can do. You can get yourself involved in the Patreon quiz night once a month. And that's the last Tuesday of every month, as long as I'm fit and able to deliver it for you. Good. All right. So that's it then, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. Yeah, appreciate all your comments, all your feedback. Follow me on all the usual places. Links in the description for any need you have in order to support what I do here. Stay safe, everyone, indeed. Yeah, Maddie says catchphrase works fine for me on my phone. That's fine. If you're watching on your own, it is. But if you're in a group of people, but you just have it playing on your small device, that's not always the easiest. But hey, a quiz show's a quiz show. As long as we all have fun, that's all I ask of everybody. Another great quiz, Chris. Lovely to see sort of everyone. Yeah, absolutely, Catherine. Good. Keep your comments coming in then. I'll give you a response and as appropriate, of course. Thank you to all the new people that watched. I saw a few different names pop up in the comments. So that's much appreciated. And I guess I will see you all same time next time for more of the same fun. Cheers. Good night.